Faith will carry me through. Faith will carry me through. Faith will carry me through over yonder. Faith will carry me through. Faith will carry me through. Faith will carry me through. Faith will carry me through over yonder. Faith will carry me through. Good morning, and welcome back to HDM's Morning Devotion. My name is Sister Aisha, and today's topic is going to be based on Jehovah Nissi. Now, Jehovah Nissi basically means the Lord is my banner. And at first, I'm like, why would you ever want to equate God to a banner? A banner? Really? A banner? But then, as I started to dig deeper, I realized that the banner that they're talking about is where the strength lies. It's where our defense happens. It's where people go to or use as a rallying point. And when I talk about a rallying point, it really just brings me back to my military side. Like, throughout a mission, right, we have something called a rally point. We send the signal back, but the leader sends the signal. It's not just any person that sends it back. The leader sends the signal where the rally point is going to be. Now, a rally point is designated by the leader to inform the whole unit that this is where we're going to reassemble or reorganize. Same thing along the same lines, right? So when you think of it in the godly aspect, it's the place where we reassemble our thoughts, our speech, and our actions, and reorganize all the things that needs to be or is necessary for us to continue mission. So something must have went out of plan, and now we have to reorganize, reconsolidate. We have to come up with a different plan, a contingency plan, right? A fun fact. Jehovah Nissi is only mentioned one time in the Bible. And that's located in Exodus 17, verse 15. And it reads, "It's when Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi." You're probably wondering, how did we get here? Well, basically, all you need to know is that there was a war going on between the Amalek and the Israelites, clashing, right? You had the leader, Moses. You had the second in command, basically, Joshua. I'm sorry. You have Joshua. And then you have the armor bearers, which were Aaron and Hur. We're going to get to Aaron and Hur, why they were so important. War, leader, co-leader, well, second in command, armor bearers. They're on the mission to go fight this war, but they're complaining, they're asking questions to Moses that was only given the direction of what to do. But now it's getting a little intense because they're quarreling. And one thing that they really quarreled about was that they were thirsty. And like, is God really here with us or not? Like, let us know. They wanted to know those two things, like, over and over. And Moses got to a point where he was just like, God, can you please just tell me what to do? Because they look like they finna kill me. Like, and they're finna kill me like now. Now. And God just basically said that, take that staff take a couple of elders along with you. Go find the rock and strike that rock, and water will gush out of it, and allow your people to drink. And so said, so done. Fast forwarding. Joshua was instructed to gather men or people to go fight. As Moses watched from the rear, because leaders do not fight on the front line, by the way. So yeah, as he watched from the rear and made sure he still had command and control, every time his arms went up, the Israelites won. But as soon as his arms got tired, the Amalek started to win the war. And as armor bearers to a leader, they were watching. They were observing. They paid attention to their leader, right? And what was going on around their leader as well. So they allowed Moses to sit down and to prop his hand up. Do you know how important it is to prop your leaders up? Do you know that sometimes leaders are just tired? They're just tired, but they can't take a break. You can't take a break from God's business. But that doesn't mean that we can't create a soft space for them to land on. You know what I mean? Like, when was the last time you checked on your leader? Or do you just think like they have it all down pat all the time? Or they don't need any check-ins because as long as I'm pouring out my problems on them and then they're solving it for me, then I don't have to check in with them. You know what I mean? Can we as believers stop being selfish? Look out for ye brothers and sisters. Look out for our leaders. God placed them there. So in the midst of them, of the Israelites quarreling and asking all these questions, he realized that it wasn't him that they were testing, that they were testing God. Because remember, Moses didn't just wake up one morning and say, hey, carry all these people and stuff. It wasn't like that. He was directed from God. So when God places someone in a leadership position, understand that the disobeying, the disregarding, the disrespecting that you give to them, you're actually giving it to God. I feel like we're here again, like we're talking about this again. But something I actually took out from this story too is just that it's an honor when, I would say, us as youths, or just anyone for that matter, have elders supporting us. What? It's like you get this sense of confidence, sense of urgency, because it's just like, it's not like you don't know what you're doing. It's like, you know, but you're not sure, or you're doing this, but your leader is there to enhance this. So it's just like, it's an impeccable image. And just reading that story, I was just like, man, I thank you. I thank you, God. Like, honestly, I thank you for everything. I'm sure it feels like I'm rambling, but I just feel like having a conversation, honestly, today. I pray that every door you walk through today, every street you walk on today, every encounterment that you face today, that it will be an encounterment of glorification to God, who is your banner. You see, the banner that we sit under is not a still banner. God doesn't just stay still. He sways. And where it looks like waves, because once you're still, the enemy knows how to target, pinpoint, and destroy. But when you move, you're unable to be detected. I encourage you to talk to God today and find out where your rally point is, so that you can reassemble and reorganize the things you need to hash out. Only you know, and God knows it too. And if you find yourself being too still, move. Just move. Yes? Anyway, I love you all. And ciao. Catch us on the next one.